Hello, good morning. I am Dr. Bhooshan Shukla. I am a child and adolescent psychiatrist practicing in Pune, Maharashtra, India. Today is 22nd of March 2020 and we all Indians are under a voluntary curfew today. We were requested by our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi to observe 22nd of March as a Janata curfew. So public's self-imposed curfew. We are doing this in preparation of what may be heading our way, which is coronavirus epidemic. Some cases have already happened and we are working very hard as a nation to contain this epidemic. As a child psychiatrist, I get continuous phone calls from hassled parents. Over last 2 or 3 weeks, this has happened that parents are really tired, they are worried, children are asking them very difficult questions about this whole epidemic. So that's why I decided to make this video to help out those parents who are troubled out there. One thing about children is that some children are temperamentally anxious, they get worried about a lot of things. But a lot of children actually imbibe anxiety from their environment. They're looking at adults for support, they're watching your faces, they're hearing your conversations, they're watching the tone of your voice, and that can make them very anxious. The topics that you are discussing, the way you are discussing those things, the way you're expressing your opinions can really make children anxious. So the first requirement of managing anxiety of your children is to make sure that we do not generate an environment of anxiety. Now about this coronavirus epidemic, actually the thing is that there are a few things that we as general public need to do. First is minimize our contact with other people outside family, if possible not step out of the house unless it is an absolute emergency. Second is wash our hands very regularly, keep them clean. Third is protect the elderly, keep them away from touch because they are the most vulnerable ones for serious complications of this otherwise innocuous simple illness. Other than these three things, honestly, there is very little that general public is supposed to do. So checking your WhatsApp or social media feed every few seconds, reading terrible news around the world, discussing that with each other, forwarding that, generally generating a very worried and anxiety-prone environment in the house around your children is really not a good idea. So first step would be stepping away from the avalanche of information and focusing on basics of action. Second is actually telling our children that yes, a disease is headed our way and we are doing all that we can to reduce its impact. You will be safe. We are your parents, we are here, we'll look after you and let us all do this together. We are all in it together as a nation and we are doing all the necessary things, so we will be fine. And while saying this, your face has to be calm, your voice has to be calm, your tone has to be pleasant. Your children actually have to feel that you mean what you say. And to mean what you say, you have to be reasonably anxiety-free yourself. So seriously limit your social media consumption, reduce your anxiety. You don't have to read every medical article unless you're a medical doctor. That's my request to you. Second part is, now that we are all at home, what do you do with your time? What do you do with children? We Indians, we live in relatively small homes. We have 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, at the most 3 bedroom houses. And we know that crowding in small space makes people irritable. So my first suggestion is that please don't bring up topics which are uncomfortable. We all know each other's pain points. There is no point pressing those buttons at this point of time. Second, typically again for Indian parents, please do not use this opportunity of forced enclosure to impart your life philosophy and a lot of other conditions and advice on your children. They're really not interested in hearing that at this point of time. Let us try to be pleasant together. Let's try to be nice to each other. There is a lot of stuff to do at home. There is a lot of work that we have put away for some other day. There is cleaning to be done. There is sorting to be done. There are skills to be learned. There is cooking to be learned. There is ironing to be learned. There are small works, small jobs around the house like fixing your windows, doing a little bit of work here and there, fixing your electricals and leaking taps and all of that. Let us children get an opportunity to learn these small things at home. Let them learn ironing, let them learn folding clothes, let them learn tidying up their room. There are so many things to do. See, doing action with your hands is one of the best antidotes of anxiety in this world. When you are anxious, when you are in throes of bad mood, difficult emotions, it is better to get your hands going and do something constructive. That really helps. That really reduces anxiety. This is the time you get out those Legos, those origami kits, and all of that. And at the end of that, remember, keeping children meaningfully entertained all 24 hours of the day is not really parents' job. Okay? Let us not be under this modern burden of entertaining our children and keeping them engaged all the time, very meaningfully. That's not right. No child psychiatry textbook says that parents have this as their primary job. So let children find out their own ways of doing things. Let them get bored. Remember, a bored child is a lot better than a sick child. So let us all stay together. Let's stay in our homes. Let's help this curfew. Let's do it as long as it takes. Let us stay safe. Let's be happy. Let's wash our hands. Let's look after our elderly. We will get through this together well, hell and hearty. Jai Hind.